Welcome back to another video. What happened to selling our house?
We didn't sell the house.
We didn't sell the house.
Okay,
You sold your house to yourself.
yeah, I bought my own home.
And now we're moving out.
Yeah, just in time to leave.
It was on the market for a whole 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah,
We got a couple offers and we decided not to sell it.
We're keeping it as a rental.
We couldn't bear to sell it. It's also going to function as a dual base camp because we're doing what? Going back to full-time RV life. What up? So we did this before. We did.
Well, first we lived in a tent in Maryland.
First we lived in a tent. Then we lived in a RAV4.
Sunlight 18 RD.
Sunlight 18 RD.
Yeah.
We don't have this RV anymore. We ended up selling it because 2 kids, 2 dogs, 2 full-size huskies just wasn't working space-wise anymore. But it was an amazing RV. That one had the off-road kit too. 6-inch off-road kit. We had off-road tires. We took it over sand, over beaches, drove it over ice. We literally took it everywhere. But
and that's what we're excited to get back to. We're done being stationary.
Yeah.
4 walls that can't move anywhere. Especially now that our boys are a little bit more mobile. Maverick's 9 weeks old.
A lot more mobile. Kai can't sit still for 5 minutes. We're actively hunting for that next RV. We don't know what manufacturer, we don't know what model, we don't know how big we're gonna go. We will hopefully have an update very soon because we cannot wait to get into an RV. We really want to do it before winter hits here in Alaska, which isn't too crazily far away. Everybody panic! We're really hoping to make a decision to zero in on what we want. We're doing a lot of research and we're looking to narrow that down and select an RV and get going with it as soon as possible so we can have the best equipment for our family as we hit full-time RV life through a winter in Alaska. That's going to be an incredible experience.
So today we are going to a couple of different RV lots or dealerships in the valley and kind of picking their brain and just kind of seeing what they have on their lot. Also, can we just take a moment? Look how freaking pretty this is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's so cool. Pretty.
This feels like 2 kids making it up. This feels like growing up. This feels like 2 friends falling in love. This feels like 2 friends. This feels like 2 friends falling in love. This feels so human. This feels like 2 friends falling in love. Started with madness, it ended with the best time I've ever had.
This is actually pretty cool.
We opened a passage, and now we know that we can never look back. This feels like growing up. This feels like 2 kids making it up. This feels like growing up. This feels like 2 friends falling in love. This feels like 2 friends.
This is future us.
We wanted to talk a little bit about RVing in Alaska. RVing in general, there's so much to learn. Everybody told us we would learn a lot in the first year, we did. But then RVing in Alaska is a whole new learning experience. You got different climates, different roads.
Seasons mean nothing.
Season trends mean nothing here. Average temperatures, average rainfall. You cannot ever know what to expect up here. 3 do's, 3 don'ts. The do's and don'ts of RVing in Alaska. Number 1, if you're up here for the summer RVing, you gotta be aware of the seasons, aware of the weather.
And summer does not mean summer. Like we're experiencing this year, 3 months of no sun, pure rain.
And then at the end of the summer, it can change on a dime. So if you're here in South Central Alaska and you get hit by snow, a surprise end of the summer snow you didn't expect.
Which can happen in September.
It can happen in September. Then you should also expect there to be a substantial amount of freezing and snow over the Alcan on your drive home. So you got to make sure you don't end up getting trapped if you're here for the summer.
If you are in Alaska and you are RVing, make sure that you are able to hit different areas in Alaska too. So you're able to see mountains and river and ocean, and all that is very drivable to each other.
And go to Chena Hot Springs.
Yeah, and book at least one adventure. Brief intermission, we're trying to find Kai's slinky so he'll stop messing with the camera. We found it.
Do number 3. Service your RV before you come up here. Make sure you don't have any gunk or pet hair in your heater.
No,
It's not me.
Check the health of your tires, check the health of your brakes, your brake pads. So just make sure your stuff is on point before you come up here. 3 don'ts, go.
Okay. When you arrive in Alaska, you may see that the Alaska staple for cars, vehicles, RVs, everything's dirty. People don't wash their cars up here, and that's the Alaska staple. If you are driving up through the Alcan, make sure you clean it as soon as you arrive in Alaska, especially the undercarriage of the vehicles. Why?
Green gunk. All the chemicals that are used on the Alcan, which they do have to use in that extreme climate, typically are still there even after the snow melts in the spring, and it takes several rains to wash it away, if at all. All those harsh chemicals will destroy everything under your vehicle, cause a lot of rust and rot. You don't want that on your RV, you don't want that on your towing vehicle. Don't hit a moose.
What did I hit? Did I hit a car?
You laugh, but there's
Just
literally
don't do
a
it.
sign, don't do it. There's literally a sign about 15 miles from where we live that has a counter every year how many moose have been hit just on this 20-mile stretch of roadway every year, and that number is astronomical year after year.
And that's in residential.
That's
Talk about
that's
rural roads.
right.
It's out of control.
Concentrated 800 to 1,200 pounds
It's like hitting a
that
horse.
you're hitting. Don't do it. Last
Let's
one.
make it
Last
interesting.
don't. Third don't. If you're RVing in Alaska for the summer, don't buy produce at the grocery store. Vegetables that come here on a ship, you buy them and they're somehow preserved sneakily for a very long time, and then they go bad very fast.
You have
Buy
about
local.
1 to maybe 2 days
Yeah.
after you bring them home.
Buy local. Go to farmers markets. The growing season is so long here, not because it's long in months, but because it's long in the number of sunny hours there are in the day.
Not this year. But
Not this
year's
year.
an exception.
But most years, this is the way that it is, especially up in Fairbanks. They get the longer sunny days even before we do. And when they have greenhouses raising the temperature, they get to grow these massive, beautiful, delicious, locally grown fruits and vegetables. And yes, you'll pay a pretty penny for them, but yes, they are also worth it and very delicious. Have fun RVing in Alaska. Do come visit Alaska. It's beautiful up here. It's a great summer drive.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any other do's and don'ts that you would like to add. And we will see you next week in the next video.
See you next week.